the Ruggeds elevated me so much, you know. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even made it this far. I could already tell that. And but yeah, that's like very important, like to surround yourself with people that are kind of chasing the same thing as you or in the same mind space or creative space or whatever.
Very quickly, before we get into it all, just want to say a big thank you to Freestyle Session, who are bringing us today's show. We've got a special discount for all of our viewers here at Stance Elements. Go to freestylesession.com and use the code Stance Elements at checkout for 20% off your total order. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Stance Elements. I'm Chaz B. I am your host. I am very excited for this one because I'm with Lee from the Ruggeds and the BC1 All Stars. Lee, it's awesome to have you here, man.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Hope everyone is good. It's Lee from the Ruggeds, also representing the Rebel BC1 All Stars right now.
I mean, first off, we have to talk about you linking up with Red Bull. It is incredible. Just let us know how it feels to be involved with them.
It feels amazing, man. And I think as some of the people of the breaking community know, the announcement was at IBE 2022 this year. And the announcement was already like overwhelming, you know, all these like the big break community coming together and see me getting titled as the new Rebel BC1 All-Star. So that was amazing. And I could actually battle with them right away at the Undisputed Crew battle. So it was a really nice experience, and I'm really happy to be part of this family for sure.
So when the announcement was that the first ever time that you heard, or were you made aware that you were going to be in the team like weeks or months earlier?
Well, I already signed with them before, but I didn't know the announcement was gonna happen at the Crash Fest this year. So it was definitely a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about the nature of how the announcement was made, like it does get people to think, was this already a signed thing, or was that the first time that
Yeah.
you heard? But it sounds like you already knew that you were involved, and then you just weren't sure when they make
Yes.
the announcement.
Yeah. We already negotiated before, and I had in the back of my head like IBE would be a good moment to announce it, but I wasn't sure. Like maybe it was too quick or something like this. But yeah, they made it happen, and it came over as a surprise. And it was even doper that Sonny, like a really good friend of mine, Sonny from the UK, also Rebel BC1 All Star. He announced that I was a Rebel BC1 All Star. So that for me was a very special moment.
So when you think about your involvement with them right now, what does that look like? Does that mean that you will be like a judge for their events, or does that mean you'll always do events with the rest of the team? Like, what does that look like?
As for right now, it's not that busy for me. But obviously, as you're an Rebel Beast One All Star, you're gonna battle with them more. You're gonna do crew battles or 2v2s. But for me, I'm still like pretty young. I'm 21 years old, so for me to judge isn't, I think, the best thing. That's also what I told them. For them, it makes more sense to give the Rebel Beast One All Star legends, you know, this spot to judge at events. So that for me is like kind of out of the window, but if they need me, of course, I can judge. And then for workshops, I'm gonna do workshops, and for the upcoming years, there are gonna be projects, like tours. For example, this year there was a tour in US of A. Um, but I wasn't signed with them on time, so I couldn't make the tour, unfortunately. But that's also part of being at the Rebel family.
So then, when you think about all of those things you said and the work you do with the Ruggeds, with all the shows and everything, how does that sort of balance out?
Yeah, so um what's nice is that the Ruggeds are really flexible, and the Rebel Beast one team is also really flexible. So if I have like if I need to make a choice, like they're really open about things. So for example, now with the Ruggeds, as I'm now a Rebel Beast One All Star, that means I'm gonna do more battles and stuff. So I already told them like I'm probably gonna do less shows because last year has been a lot of shows. We've been touring all over the world and stuff. And yeah, I made the decision to do a little bit less shows. If I have time, of course, I want to do shows with them. It's like it's still a family thing to do shows with them. I really love it. But I need to focus more on battling. And yeah, it's just looking at the agenda and sort things out, and everything works out.
That's incredible. And it's good you have the bond with those guys as well, because I know that sometimes when one person has more opportunities than others, it can cause a little bit of tension there.
Yeah, nah, everybody is happy for each other. Like we as a crew, everybody is different, and everybody has a different life. But we respect everyone, you know. If someone has to make a decision, we're open about this, and we have respect for this decision.
I see, I see. Well, it sounds like you will be very active now. So when you think about that new level of
Yeah.
activity that you will have, what does your week look like in terms of like when you get your sessions in, your recovery, like all of that?
So for me, it's funny. I actually don't practice breaking like crazy. I practice breaking 3 times a week, maybe four, but mostly 3 times a week. I travel from Amsterdam to Eindhoven, so that's like a 1.5 hour travel to go to Eindhoven and also to go back. So 3 hours travel in total. Um, and Eindhoven is the place, also the place of World Breaking Classics, and also the place where the most of the people of the Ruggeds they live there, and we have our own studio there. So I go there 3 times a week, practice there for maybe 2.5 hours, maybe three, and then on the Tuesday, the Friday, and the Saturday, um, I get support by Top Sport Amsterdam. It's like yeah, this top sport facility for athletes. And now because breaking is gonna be Olympic sport, we're getting support by this top sport program. So I have this 3 times a week, and this is like gym sessions or power training. So not really break related, but yeah, just to get stronger, like to get more physical strength and stuff.
Wow. Like usually when you talk to people about how their week is, it's like they're always at a session, there's not a lot of rest, they're always thinking about their rounds, they're always doing all these things that's catered for all of these events. But it sounds like what you're saying is that you don't really dance all that much, but you focus on everything at the same time and it works out well for you.
Yeah, for me what the most important is to be creative at the session, you know. And to be creative every day is difficult, so that's why I um don't train or practice like every day, and that's why I have like this order. I switch it up. So for example, Monday I have break practice, then Tuesday I have the top sport program, I have like power training, then Wednesday break practice again. So there's like a gap of 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 the creative thought in a sense. So on a Monday I'm really creative, and then on a Tuesday I can just chill in this creative space because I'm not doing anything. And then Wednesday I'm filled up with creative ideas again. So if I'm at practice on a Wednesday, like everything comes out, you know. So that's more the way of how I practice and how I've practiced all my life actually.
And it's interesting you said that about, you in the sessions on the Monday and everything, that's just when you can focus on your on the more the artistic side of things. And a lot of people will watch you
Yeah.
and they'll think your ideas are insane. And what people will want to know is like, how are you able to come up with these ideas? Like, where do you get inspired?
Um, so my main inspiration, of course, is the Ruggeds. Like I can't explain it enough, but this crew is just amazing, man. Like these sessions that I have with them is like it's very special, you know. It's not like no ordinary session, and yeah, I get inspired with them every session, and the way we practice is actually pretty free, you know. It's not that we go to practice and we're thinking like, oh, today I'm gonna have to do 10 air flares. Like no one practices like this on at our sessions. Our sessions are more like a creative space, helping each other, inspiring each other, motivating each other. Um, so that's how I get my ideas, you know, and also how they get their ideas. Like I'm giving them ideas, they're giving me ideas, and we're just working things out. We're being playful, you know, and don't let go of the fun of breaking, like the creative part.
Wow. I'm really hoping that those that are watching this will actually listen to that advice and actually think, okay, I need to change the way that I work things out, because sometimes maybe you're not in the right environment where you're not getting all these ideas,
Yes.
or the energy from everyone. How important is it that you're around people that you love and you're around people that you can always have these ideas with?
For me is the most important thing. Like the work has elevated me so much, you know. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even made it this far. I could already tell that. And but yeah, that's like very important, like to surround yourself with people that are kind of chasing the same thing as you, or in the same mind space or creative space or whatever. And it's gonna help out a lot, you know. And also, if you're breaking, it's always good to have a outer perspective. I know enough b-boys that practice alone, and the b-boys that practice alone, I also sometimes tell them, yo, we have this practice session at Eindhoven, maybe you should come through. uh, so that's like one thing, to change the environment, to have an outer perspective, and that's gonna help a lot, you know.
I see. So, last thing I want to ask you, Lee. It has been announced that you are a wild card for this year's World Finals. How do you think that will work out for you? Last year, you went through the last chance cipher and you made it all the way up to the semi finals, and now you're the wild card for the main event.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing, man. I feel really honored to already be on the big stage. Last year was it was a war, man, to get on the big stage. It started with the e battles actually. I won the e battle, and then I came into the last chance cipher, and made it to the top four, and eventually to the big stage. So it was a big hassle, but I made it. But this time I can chill a little bit more, and focus less on the battles that are before. So that's very nice. But yeah, the upcoming months, September and October, is just gonna be practicing in the lab, digging for more stuff, and of course I'm gonna try to enjoy every moment in New York.
That's amazing, man. Well, look, I wish you all the best with that. It's been awesome to have a chat with you, and I really hope to see you soon.
Yes, of course, man. Thank you, Chaz. Appreciate you.